the exact day. I was at a Giants game, of all things. I was 11 years old, and the 7th inning stretch came along. I can't remember if the Giants won or lost, but I do remember the song Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix came on the loudspeakers, and for some reason, I paid more attention to that than anything else I'd ever heard. I said, Dad, who's that playing? You know, and, he said, that's Jimi Hendrix, and he told me that it was a really easy riff that I could learn. And sure enough, that night when we got home, it was really late. I was transfixed by guitar, and he showed me the first 2 notes of that song, and then I couldn't stop, and I probably drove him crazy playing just those those 2 notes for like the next month.
I started playing bass when I was like 15. My mom bought me a bass guitar for for Christmas, and I just started playing on and off, just learning by ear, playing on like Misfits records, learning like the Hickey songs, and Ramones and all that shit. And same thing, learning by ear, just writing really simple songs. Like the simpler the better was my whole approach. And then like a month ago, or at least a month and a half ago, I was trying to find somebody to join my space at Secret Studios, and these guys were probably going to do it, and then they didn't have a bass player, so they asked me to.
Came to the show, and you're just like, you guys need a bass player. Like, yeah, we do. And I can do it.
Well, I think it was more like, we should jam sometime, and we were thinking like, yeah, we should. We need that low end. Let's see what happens.
And I joined the band, and like within 10 days I learned enough songs for a set, and I played my first show within like the first week of being in the band.
The best part about this band is it's just fun. I love Nick. Nick's such a great songwriter. The songs are just they're really great. I really believe them.
Catchy as fuck, but still they sort of resonate, they're not just bubblegum.
I think it's just because we have distortion boxes. It's like the only thing that separates them from being pop trash.
No. Nope.
I learned how to play by covering Beatles and Nirvana and all the pop radio of the 90s, and Hendrix, the Beatles. Wait, I already mentioned them. Sorry, Steven.
Hey, it's cool, man. Don't worry,
And I wrote my first really bad song about a girl who didn't like me, and I wish that she did. And she heard like 30 seconds of it once. I think I was trying to serenade her on the phone. And I heard it go click.
Aww.
It's alright,
It's okay.
Yeah, it was a tough moment.
I started playing drums because I had 2 friends in high school, one of whom played guitar and the other one played bass, so it was kind of, coming upon me to shell out the $50 to get a drum set and kind of learn how to do it. We played in the basement of a motorcycle shop I worked at, and I don't know. I like the music still. We 2 of us worked there, and so we got our coveralls on. We rocked out. And then I met Nick, I think, when we were about 15 or 16, I think, and we went to a lot of the same shows, and then kind of got reacquainted later.
Nick and Cole.
Hickey, yep. Went to a lot of shows together, but I don't think either of us really remember much about me. Those were some foggy nights.
another friend of ours was playing drums and got kind of caught up with life, as life does to people, and we had a show to play the next day, and it looked like it wasn't going to happen. And a mutual friend of ours reintroduced Steven to me, and Steven was like, "Yeah, I think I can play bonk chink chink bonk chink." And sure enough, sure enough, we got through that show, and he didn't even know the songs. But I don't know what that says about our music.
You're like, okay, it's this song now. That's the one that goes.
Does that make you an awesome drummer, or does that make our music really simple?
It makes me willing to look like an idiot. I mean, willing to risk looking like an idiot.
I hope to, put out a few EPs, get some label support. I want to put out a 7-inch.
Yeah.
For sure. And then hopefully do some sort of touring, play down in LA, San Diego, up north. I want to go, all over the place, tour all over.
Oh yeah.
Who knows if that'll happen in 6 months, but
It'll happen.
It'll happen, definitely.
This summer, let's go to fucking Portland.
Because pretty soon I need to get a job, so we need to get that tour done
Before that happens.
Completely out of money, yeah.
Get your heart broken hard.
Do a lot of drugs.
No. I'm not. You know what? There are
Kill your
11-year-olds.
parents. I know, no,
There are
man.
11-year-old kids that might be watching this. Don't
Drugs
do
in
drugs.
moderation.
Drugs are bad for you.
In moderation.
Well, okay, maybe. But yeah, follow your heart. Just don't listen to what other people say.
Do it for yourself.
Unless they
Do
know
it
what they're
for
talking
yourself, because there's a lot of haters out there that will tell you what you like is crap. And if you start believing that, then you lose a part of yourself. And I think it's, especially in this day and age where everyone and their mother has a band or some kind of artistic project. I mean, people are becoming anonymous because of it. And I think more than ever, we need people that have like some kind of new thing to say. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm being shy. Boy.
I used to play in a full band. I played drums through junior high, and then I picked up guitar in high school and started recording. But it was like, even right off the bat when I was playing with other people, I would record complete songs and record all the parts myself to like show them, or I'd sit down and play each part. And eventually I just got tired of being in a band, so I just figured out how to do it on my own. I want to start with the pros. I'm always on time for band practice, and there's never any fights, and I can like put my head down and move forward, and I can constantly be releasing things and not argue about artwork or anything like that. I don't have to communicate, which is good for me because I'm a fairly introverted person. The cons are playing out. Like sometimes I don't even want to use the word solo artist, but it's like you kind of have to. You gotta be honest about it. But people expect me to come in with an acoustic guitar and kumbaya, and then I bring in all the gear, and they're like, "Where are your band members?" And ultimately, like, it always works out, but it makes it harder to book, you know. When I'm paying to press an album, I'm paying for it by myself. And, you know, when I'm driving somewhere, I'm paying all that gas myself. But, yeah, I think I would definitely consider being in a band again, but solo has been, like, a blessing, I think.
Slowly fading to nothing. Through my body, ash to dust. Slowly fading.
I would say a lot of times it starts with a beat, because that's where I started, as drums, and once you have a set rhythm, it's kind of like that lays out the rest of the song for you, and I just build upon that.
Send me to a song. Send me to a song. Send me to a song. Send me to a song.
I have old software that I've been using for like 10 years. It's Cool Edit Pro, and I have to have like old computer with Windows XP on it to use it. But because I've been using it for so long, I just stick with it, and then I have an interface, a nice mixing board to run into that with, and then I also program things on Fruity Loops, which is, I have like an old version of that too. I like the old obsolete software that I have. My first run in the Bay, things went well. I think this time around it's been a little bit more rough. It's awesome because there's so much going on, and it also sometimes sucks because there's so much going on. It's like very saturated. I definitely like latch on to certain people, not necessarily Oakland, kind of all over the place, but when I find another solo act, I kind of like that. Magnanimous, we played a bunch of shows together. We're good friends. Pregnant from Placerville, we actually did a split together recently, and it's definitely not just like on a music level, like if I connect with them more on a personal level as well, then I definitely like want to share bills with them and then share nights or whatever. Currently, I have 16 releases. I've been releasing since 2006, and the project that I'm working on right now is like the most minimalist thing I've ever done. I feel like if I had a huge following, this would be the project that lets everyone down, because it's not pop songs, it's like minimalist drone music, and it's because I'm at a point right now where I'm trying to find some inner peace, and that's what I'm working on, and that's kind of where I'm at. At the same time, I'm still recording like the normal whatever it is that I do. It's always growing, which I'm glad that I'm still like moving forward and changing, and not locked into a genre, or I don't have like a super strong set on what I want to do. I'm kind of just letting it flow naturally and progress. Tour coming up, and then I'm going to take a hiatus from shows and work on music videos. I feel like that's a new creative venture. I've done them in the past, but I haven't like put as much energy into them as I want to, and I feel like ultimately by the end of the year I'd like to have a DVD just full of videos to release, and I expect in between all that I'll probably record another full length. As far as on the horizon, it's this minimalist Meditate Volume 1 came out at the beginning of last month, and I'm going to do 4 volumes, and I'm waiting to press it until all 4 are done. It's 8 tracks, and it progresses in key alphabetically, and apparently when they're all done, they'll all be able to play together. It's kind of this weird thing that just came to me, I don't know, I'm just kind of working it out and letting it do its thing, run its course. And then in between, I should be releasing another split cassette with my friend Patrick, who goes by Tabor Mountain.
play electronic pop music, or
Geek Wave.
Geek Wave is what we like to call it. That's kind of like our little branding of our band. And we started in a backyard in May of 2009, just playing electric piano and acoustic guitar. And the reason why we started playing that kind of music was, one, because it's the drum machine and the synthesizers are so immediate. Like we can write music really, really fast. Sometimes it doesn't always happen fast because we're not sure about something, but it's very immediate, and we like to kind of sing about weird stuff. Like, as far as lyrics, that's always like the last thing that we tack onto a song. But we want to keep it like geeky and stupid and real and fun, and we don't want to take ourselves too seriously. Beverage themes. We have a song called Muffin, we have a song called Biscuit, we have a song called Coffee. Lucky Peanut is another one. I think we like food a lot, and I don't know why that food is like a reoccurring theme. I'm not sure why. It just seems right. It just feels right.
It's partially because we're cat lovers, and so we call our cats all kinds of weird
like
cute
food
names, like Biscuit,
too.
or Muffins, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably part of it.
I think so. Met online from the Pixies music website, because there was a guy who set up this website the minute that the Pixies announced that they were going to be going back on the road and getting back together. So Matt and I were both like some of the first people to jump on, and we knew of each other for like 6 months. Was it like 6 months? And we never really talked, and then one day we were on the same chat room or something, and we started talking, and it just kind of tumbled out of control from there pretty quickly. And then I was living in Switzerland at the time, and I moved to New Jersey to be with him.
Got to know each other over a month and a half before we ever met in person. Mm-hmm. And I think we both fell pretty hard in love online and over the phone. And I was working nights at the time, and I would work 8 or 10 hours at night, come home and spend anywhere from 8 to 16 hours
on the phone with Jesse. We were on the phone a lot. Thank God for those prepaid phone cards, because we would have been broke if we didn't. Yeah. Part of being in a band, specifically with your husband, with my husband, is us getting off our asses to just do it. You know what I mean? But another challenging thing is booking shows. That's a big thing, especially living in Napa. There's very few venues here, and you know, we have to travel, which isn't a problem. Traveling around the Bay Area isn't a problem, but it's hard kind of getting your foot in the door. And it's hard bringing people here because either people want to come but there's no available venue, or people don't know about it, or people think like, no, you know, screw Napa, we're not playing in Napa. But we're gonna change that. We're doing our best to change.
A lot of hardships we don't go through, being one, just only two people, and two, being husband and wife.
That's true.
I've been in a number of bands, and sometimes you couldn't get two people in the band to agree on anything, and that's just such a.
We don't have that tension where we're like, no, damn it, I'm the.
Yeah, you get together for a 3-hour practice and you spend 2.5 hours arguing.
Yeah, God, yeah.
It's, we don't have that.
I started a Facebook group called Lady Business for female musicians because I feel like that for me, when I've booked shows, I do a lot of the booking for us, and when I've booked shows, a lot of the people who I'm talking to think I'm a dude because my name is Jessie, which is kind of a guy's name anyway, but and I just feel like females just are underrepresented in music, and I wanted to start the group to kind of help share resources and network with each other. I also really wanted to find out if there was anybody out there, females that are actually running any labels or doing any promotion, because it's such a male-dominated area. So I did it to kind of foster a sense of community among all of the female artists that I know, because I feel like that we can certainly make amazing things happen with just the limited resources that we have. So we have a lot of stuff going on. We've got new T-shirts, new merchandise. And we're also doing a split with a Seattle band called the Blind Photographers, and they're also an electro band, and that is due to come out in May, so we're very excited about that. We have a lot of work to do, but it's going to be fun.
We've been incredibly busy, but it's been great because not only do we get to play music, but we get to just do all this work to solidify it and really get us out there.
Yeah.
I want to shout out. Well, first of all, I'd like to say hi, Mom. Get better.
Mom. Hey, next Mom.
That sounded really bad. But
shout outs to all the bands out here that are actually still doing it and not just doing it as a side project from their office jobs.
anyone who is they're doing what they believe, what makes them feel better.
Yeah, the people that are living on GA and food stamps and still able to somehow get it together and play music with friends.